Are getting a tornado warning now. We need to take you live to the Severe Weather Center.
Yeah, let's take a look because we're starting now with severe thunderstorm warnings for parts of Tulsa County, but we have had a persistent rotation just to the northwest of Sapulpa produce a tornado warning. This will include a big part of the city of Tulsa, also include Sand Springs. If you are hearing tone alerts right now coming out of your phone, that's the WEA alerts that are being issued now for most of the city of Tulsa, Catoosa, Owasso, German Corner, up to Collinsville right now, Turley, Sperry, North Tulsa, Tulsa, Jinx, all the way over. Does not include Bixby and it does not include most of Broken Arrow. But what we have ongoing is could be a developing tornado. We've had indications that we've had a tornado actually touch down northwest of Sapulpa. That's going to continue moving to the northeast. And Michael, if you've read that warning, could you tell me what, let's see, northeast at 55 is what the Weather Service is saying. Might be a little fast. We'll take it up there to that speed, though, right across the city of Tulsa, moving very close to Prattville in the next few minutes. You folks in Prattville need to take your tornado precautions. Again, I think this has already produced a tornado. We'll look at that data in just a bit. Berry Hill 624, downtown Tulsa 629, TU 632, TCC Northeast at 634, Tulsa International Airport 636. You can see also toward Owasso and Catoosa as well. So this is an active tornado warning in the city of Tulsa now. And I believe this storm has already produced a bit of, let's see, yeah, there's the now issuing a second tornado warning. It looks like a little bit further to the north as well. So this is going to capture as we zoom into this storm. I want to look at velocities really quickly because our storm that may have produced the tornado is approaching the Allen Bowden School right now. I'm going to take you right into that high definition, high resolution radar right here. This is it. That's the potential tornado that we've seen. Here's Allen Bowden Public Schools. This is the Sapulpa area right now, and this is moving to the northeast. We also have another circulation, it looks like, just to the north of the Allen Bowden School right now. I'm going to take a look at that with our correlation coefficient. We go to this dual pole Doppler radar mode. So right in here, notice this brighter green and the blue. This is lofted debris from a tornado that's ongoing right now. This is in northeastern parts of Creek County approaching Highway 97. These little icons, there's one on Highway 97 right here. That is a mobile home park also in the area. Let me see if we've got a name on that. Shannon Valley Mobile Home Park. Need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Broken Arrow, understand sounding sirens, even though officially not in the polygon for this tornado warning. Now that next circulation we continue to see that was just a little bit further to the north, that located now just to the southeast of Prattville. I don't see any evidence that we have lofted debris with it, but these are the two spots that we're watching very closely right now. One just to the southwest of TCC West Campus and just to the north of Allen Bowden Public Schools. The other one is located right here. This circulation has produced a tornado. This is debris lofted into the tornado right now as it moves to the northeast, very close to Allen Bowden School. So this is a tornado warning for the city of Tulsa. We also have another tornado warning that has just been tacked on here in parts of southeastern sections of Osage County. Let's look closely into that. This would be very close to the Rock Fire Department. I don't see any kind of really strong spin up taking place here, but we will look at velocities and the correlation coefficient. I don't see any evidence that we have lofted debris, so we'll focus on the tornado warned storm that is just to the northwest of Sapulpa right now as that moves into the northeast corner of Creek County right now. We'll go back over to velocity, and the way these things have panned out as we've headed through the day, we have seen so far early this morning that most of these tornado circulations haven't lasted too terribly long, but in this case, this one's been persistent. It has produced debris that's been lofted up into the radar. So if we've got a tornado down right now, it's going to be located very close to Highway 97 and very close to Prattville right now. So right on that Highway 97 logo you see there. I'm going to update the track on this one again, moving to the northeast pretty quickly, 55 miles per hour. We're going to drag this out. It's moving almost in the direction of downtown Tulsa. So it's going to be in Oakhurst just in the next few minutes. Berry Hill, there's downtown Tulsa. TU by 632, TCC Northeast Campus. Tulsa International Airport on toward 5 to 637, Owasso at 642, and Catoosa at 642, or I should say at 644. What I want to do as we look at the that storm track on the screen, I've got our camera. We just have very heavy rain. This one's going to be really tough to see. I'm looking at Tulsa Hills right now, and it's going to be really tough to see this one because it looks like it's pretty much buried in rain right now. Again, I'm looking at correlation coefficient again. That's how we look with dual pole radar to see if we have lofted debris, and we're still seeing that. Let's go back over to the high resolution Doppler radar. Again, we're looking just to the northwest of Sapulpa. This, Oakhurst here, this is the county line. So this is West 61st Street. This is Highway 97, straight down into Sapulpa. Here's the Turner Turnpike, and here is the Creek Turnpike interchange. So getting some indications that this debris field's widening out a little bit. Sometimes that happens right as the tornado is starting to weaken. But this has produced at least a tornado that continues to move a little bit closer now to Highway 97 and just probably right on top of Highway 97. And we're looking at about 81st Street South right now, and that's going to be moving directly over toward Francoma Road in the next few minutes too. And the looks like that is continuing to not show very strong velocities as we look at that on reflectivity now too. But we have seen several of these leading edge circulations. This one actually sort of embedded back in the general flow of this thunderstorm. So kind of back here a little closer to Allen Bowden Public Schools here. That's where we saw that at least the lofted debris. And right now we continue to see that on Highway 97, again, approaching Francoma Road. These blue dots you see here, these are mobile home communities. And you need to be in a tornado shelter immediately in this area too, if you're in the path of this storm. That is right where we're seeing this cross Highway 97, just to the south of 61st Street. Now we've had a little sharper rotations along the leading edge here too. So we're again watching that very closely in the Sapulpa area. It's kind of broadened out, does not look quite as sharply defined as it did a little bit earlier. Let's take a look at velocities along the leading edge of what is moving into the metro area right now. We'll just sort of scan this up from the southern part of the city. Here's the Kimberly-Clark plant, St. James Methodist Church there in far south Tulsa, and Jinx. This is the leading edge of strong, what appears to be straight line winds sweeping across the city of Tulsa. We're also watching a little bit of an interface here very close to downtown Tulsa, and that's going to be really tough to see too because of the buildings. That's going to at least block some of that rotation, but we definitely have a little bit of shear here because of the way this storm is oriented, kind of leaning back toward downtown Tulsa right now. Take this on up toward Washington High School too, and all the way up into Owasso. So far though, the main areas of circulation that we're seeing have been in that one little notch moving just to the north of Sapulpa. And again, we'll watch this notch that's not officially in the warning, but a quick check of velocity. A little bit noisy on that velocity as it moves very close to Bixby right now. Our team coverage continues with Fox23 meteorologist Michael Sager. Right now, I'd say southwest Tulsa is the spot. That's probably the most likely area of seeing any kind of redevelopment right along I-44 in the Arkansas River.
Yeah, exactly right. And still watching this line as it comes its way across the metro. Even those of you that are not under the tornado threat, we've still got severe thunderstorm warnings in effect here across Tulsa County. And those extend even here into Rogers County, Wagner County, and parts of Muskogee County as well for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And of course, any additional rain is certainly not going to help the flooding issues that we have had through the last, basically 12 to 18 hours or so. It has been a long stretch here over the last couple of days. But I do want to switch this back to velocity data and again get a look at what's happening with the winds inside the storms. And we'll zoom in a little bit closer here toward downtown, where we're starting to see again that area of a little bit more concern here back here to around downtown Tulsa and to the south and to the west. And again, as we look here at the velocity data, as James is mentioning, area here where we're getting the orientation with that line kind of backing out here from the east to the west. Going to watch this area very close here to downtown. But again, those areas of circulation that we did have earlier showing some signs that it's weakening just a bit. So that is certainly some good news. But the way these things have happened, they happen very quickly. And we saw this earlier as this line was tracking through parts of the Oklahoma City metro area around Norman and areas to the east of there, that we had a couple of spin ups that happened very quick. They were there and then they were gone. And that might have been what exactly we've seen here to the south and to the west of Tulsa. But again, looking here, again, that threat for that tornado warning, it extends here through downtown Tulsa and then into the north and to the east. Let me pan up here just a little bit farther to the north, and we will get a look at this here. And I may go a little bit closer here into downtown to just kind of check here the velocity data here right in that area that we were just kind of watching just to keep an eye on here. But let's zoom in a little bit closer here, kind of where that edge there is working right here over downtown. So perhaps some broad rotation here right over downtown at the moment as everything continues to move off to the north and to the east. In fact, I'm going to zoom out and loop this and just see how this thing evolves here over the last few minutes to get a good idea of just how this thing has progressed. And there he goes. You can see, again, kind of tracking here off to the north. So again, some of this is going to be a little bit of interference, as James was mentioning, but looks like at least broad rotation here as you head over downtown Tulsa. So we'll track that off to the north and to the east. Let me go ahead and pan a little bit farther to the north here so we can center this up just a bit. And again, for that track here to the north and to the east, as everything is moving here north and east. Timing wise here, we're looking at Booker T. Washington High School about 6:29, TCC Northeast Campus at around 6:31 as that continues to track its way here to the north and to the east. You can hear the thunder now here in East Tulsa outside the Fox23. Okay.
Tell you what, let's come back over. That's what we're looking at right there.
Yep.
The high resolution Doppler radar right now, right through the city of Tulsa. A lot of straight line winds happening here, but we're also picking up some increasing rotation just on the northeast side of downtown Tulsa. Now, if this holds together and moves to the northeast, we may be able to see that as it moves a little bit closer to Tulsa International Airport on our Fox23 Skyview Network camera there, if somebody can angle that camera back. Now, this is a very troubling sign right now. We may have a tornado down with this storm right now. Stronger circulation just south of Washington High School. We're now starting to see some higher reflectivity mixing in with the lower correlation coefficient. We may have a tornado down right now just to the northeast of downtown Tulsa in that storm as it moves to the northeast very closely, very quickly too. So
Actually see the inflow clouds coming in from right to left. See those low clouds coming in? That's inflow that would be going right into that circulation.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at right here. So that's rolling into that circulation as we continue also to see lots of lightning with this storm, but a circulation now moving up Highway 75 directly toward Washington High School, Anderson Elementary, Springdale Elementary School right now. This looks like it's just to the north of downtown Tulsa, and this is a very serious tornado warning right here, just very close to Carver Middle School. We are zoomed all the way in here. This is going to pass very close to Springdale Elementary. I've labeled a bunch of the schools here. Here's Washington High School. This is going to be very close to Washington High School, Springdale Elementary, Anderson Elementary, and all the way over to TCC Northeast. This is Highway 75. We look at correlation coefficient. We've got a tornado down right now in North Tulsa, just to the south of Washington High School. Here it is. Right there, that lowered reflectivity, the higher reflectivity, the lower correlation coefficient, this blue and green area is a tornado that is down right now in North Tulsa. This is moving up Highway 75. It looks like it's just crossed Peoria. This is going to continue moving to the northeast, very close to Lewis, and then crossing Apache, very close to Highway 75. So if you're anywhere near Washington High School, you need to be in a place of safety right now. Same goes for Springdale Elementary, Anderson Elementary School area, and TCC Northeast, as we continue to see very strong evidence that we've got a tornado down right now in North Tulsa. Again, we look at the correlation coefficient, and it's pretty clear that we've got a tornado occurring. That is lofted debris, lofted way up into the radar beam. And again, as Michael was saying just a few minutes ago, these are the kind of circulations that develop quickly. Unfortunately, they can do significant amounts of damage too, and this is lofted debris. So we've got a tornado on the ground right now in North Tulsa. This is now moving north of Pine Street along Peoria and continuing to move toward the northeast. Zoomed right on in, and new severe thunderstorm warning also issued and expanded in that area too. Just to the southwest of Tulsa International Airport. Not sure how that picture looks, but as we look out at Tulsa International Airport, we are going to be watching this very closely as it moves right up over the city of Tulsa. We still have a very strong circulation on this storm. We're going to be, let's see, make sure we're all the way zoomed out on that view. At Tulsa International. Looks like we are. Yep, we are on KRMG right now. Storm Center coverage continuing. We have a tornado down right now in North Tulsa on the northeast. It's just moved northeast from downtown, and it's very close to Springdale Elementary. This is the bright zone that we're seeing here. This is Pine Street. We're east of Carver Middle School, west of Owen Elementary School, and just to the southwest of TCC Northeast. It looks like to me this has taken a little bit more of a
almost an easterly turn
slant than a straight northeast direction. This is right on top of Springdale Elementary. The reds here are outbound velocities. That combined with the greens coming back toward the radar, and we've got our circulation right here, right on top of Pine and just to the east of Lewis in North Tulsa right now. This is a very serious situation. We've got lofted debris. That is what this is right here along Pine and Lewis. That is lofted debris in the radar beam right now. So that's a tornado that is occurring at this current motion, which is turned a little bit more toward the east. That puts the danger area very clearly now, crossing Harvard, anywhere from Highway 11 all the way down to I-244. You need to be in a safe place. That means lowest level, center part, smallest room. Don't wait around. Get to shelter right now, anywhere from Lewis east all the way to Tulsa International Airport as we continue to track that tornado. So there's the rotation now quickly approaching Harvard. It's going to be very near the Jackson Elementary School area, Owen Elementary School area right now. And there is the circulation. This is doing damage right now, lofting debris. It's moving east along or just north of Pine Street right now in North Tulsa. Now, as we continue to watch that circulation, it is moving toward Tulsa International Airport. We're going to look at Tulsa International. We've got blinding rain right there. I think that camera is pointing to the west.
Yeah, it'll be pointing right to where the circulation is. Yep. So
we're going to be watching that very closely as that moves toward the east, and that is our Skyview Network camera. I want to bounce back out just a bit because I just want to make sure that we don't have other warnings, but it appears right now we do have a new tornado warning for Hughes County. This will include Calvin and Dustin. We'll get on that one in just a bit. But this is our Tulsa International camera. You can see a couple of 737s parked out there. As we take a little closer look at that circulation moving again toward Tulsa International Airport, here's a sign that might be a good sign. We've seen this debris field start to expand a bit. Again, oftentimes this happens when the tornado is weakening or lifting and it's unloading the debris that it had lofted into the air. So notice as well, we have several mobile home parks in this area too. So those at an extreme risk of any tornado moving across this area. And that is the tornado warning. Now the tornado warning canceled for Osage County. That's good news, but our circulation kind of right on top of Jackson Elementary School. This is between Apache and Pine Street, between now Harvard and Yale, and continuing to move toward the east and maybe all the way over toward Sheridan too. But the main circulation is right here. We check our correlation coefficient. It's moving up over toward the west side of Tulsa International Airport, eventually up toward the zoo, but the rotation continues strong. This is reflectivity, rainfall rate. Again, really heavy rain falling right now over Tulsa International and our camera, but we'll be able soon, with this lightening up just a little bit, to look back to the west and hopefully be able to get a visual on that. And that's what we're looking at right now. Let's see. Tulsa Public Schools delaying everything until 9 a.m. So definitely a good move there. Let me bounce back. There's the tornado warning in the city of Tulsa. Here's a look at our Fox23 Skyview Network camera right now as we look toward the west, moving directly toward this camera. So let's see. That terminal building is oriented like that. So tell you what, we're going to pan this just a teeny bit back to the south just a bit. We're going to keep it right there as we watch as this developing tornado moves a little bit closer to Tulsa International Airport. We have got a vantage point here that's just about perfect as this potential tornado moves back toward Tulsa International Airport.
You can see the cloud movement.
Yeah,
if you look close from left to right, that would indicate the cyclonic rotation.
Yeah, it looks like the strongest rotation now is just on the west side of Tulsa International Airport. Again, the rain is a little lighter in here. I'm going to update while we watch this. Again, that's going to be very close to Tulsa International Airport here, just at a moment's notice. Going to zoom right back in with Fox23 high-resolution Doppler radar, still tracking some debris in that radar, TCC Northeast, Jackson Elementary School area. Back to the camera, our Skyview Network camera right now. May take that, again, back to the right just a touch. It's going to be really hard to see over in the gray. We'll be looking for any kind of power flashes on the horizon. When I look at this on the terminal Doppler radar, the circulation does not appear quite as strong as it was, but this is still a deadly serious situation in North Tulsa. We've had a tornado down with this storm, and it moved just from the northeast side of downtown all the way over to Tulsa International Airport. And let me do, while Michael watches that very closely, I'm going to do an updated track on this storm. So if we have a tornado down right now, it's going to be on the west side of the Arkansas River. Let me show you exactly where that would be. I'm sorry, on the west side of Tulsa International Airport. So right in here, as it moves to the northeast, this is going to be really close to Owasso as it moves. Going to take it a little bit east-northeast, which looks like it's going to be a little bit closer to Keatonville, but maybe over the north side of the Tulsa International Airport. Here's Stone Canyon and Stone Canyon Elementary School. You folks at Stone Canyon should take your tornado precautions now too. Port of Catoosa, 6:55, Limestone at 7 o'clock. Owasso buses are held where they are. Greg McLaughlin, understand which one's he on?
He's going to be in RS7.
Okay, if we have RS7, if we can take that, if we can double box with that in the corner. Keatonville at about 7:02 for this. So let's bounce back to that camera view at Tulsa International Airport right now. Again, I don't see, now obviously we've got a lot of wind right here as we look at our camera at Tulsa International Airport, but let's go back to continuing to watch this now, maybe just to the northwest of the airport, but this is, yeah, we are getting some wind-wrapped rain curtains right now at Tulsa International Airport. I'm going to continue looking back to the right just a little bit. There we go. Let's watch this. I'm not sure with the rain that we're going to be able to see a tornado because it looks like that heavy rain has moved back in over Tulsa International Airport. So let's jump back to Fox23 Doppler radar right now, and as we watch the correlation coefficient, this is Greg McLaughlin navigating through roadwork zone, but here is some of the debris that's been lofted. No indication that we've got that tornado down at the airport right now, but it is a very close call for Tulsa International Airport. Now, it looks like to me we may be seeing this circulation now right along the entrance to the zoo. Here's the Air and Space Museum, Tulsa International Tower. Here's the American Airlines Maintenance, the Air National Guard. So we may be seeing this circulation right here, right kind of on the north boundary of Tulsa International Airport. Let's see, I can't see too well with that, but mainly because we're getting back into this really heavy rain falling right now. So again, as we look back at velocity, maybe seeing that new circulation kind of starting Air and Space Museum, north side of Tulsa International Airport right now, and actually it looks even further to the north.
Yeah,
we may have an even stronger
north,
circulation.
I think we're getting a new circulation forming here.
Right northwest of the airport. This is just north of Mohawk Park. This is going to be moving up into Owasso. We look at reflectivity. Again, we kind of have that big wrap right here. Owasso, you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. This is a new developing circulation that is forming right now. And again, what we're watching for as we go back to correlation coefficient, we had something down there right through Mohawk Park, kind of along with that circulation, it looks like.
There is a little hint. We'll have to see the next scan if it's persistent.
Yeah, this circulation's not as strong as it was just a minute or two ago as we watch it with high-resolution Doppler radar. Not quite as strong. That's certainly a great sign, but in Owasso, you need to be taking your tornado precautions right now. This is what we're looking at very closely to see if we have any persistence with that at all, because the rotation is now just to the west of Memorial Drive, and we're sitting at about 56th about 56th Street North. We're north of the Port Road, so this is 56th Street North. Memorial and Mingo right up here. So it's right in this area, moving to the northeast. This is going to be very close to Owasso and towards St. John, Owasso too. What's that? Okay, warning issued further north too as we see the evolution of this. I'm going to keep this on with velocities here as we continue to track this a little bit further to the north. And I'm watching two other little notches up here too. As we look a little bit further to the north, another one approaching German Corner right now. Little bit of a notch with this, kind of pushed out. You can see that with velocity. Another one now getting very close to Collinsville. So this is definitely picking up a lot in activity with the way we're seeing these little rotations start to form across this area. So tornado warning now extended now all the way up through parts of Rogers County, even past Talala right now. So Oologah tornado warning, Sequoia, Claremore, you're clipped by the original tornado warning and this one. Verdigris still have that tornado warning in effect. Now the rest of the metro area, we still have indication that we've got winds that are going to be strong over the south metro sweeping in. Our main concern right now are the active tornado warnings on the north side of the city of Tulsa, moving right up into Owasso right now and toward Stone Canyon and German Corner. Their circulation is still pretty strong, and it's crossing 169 right now. Let's zoom all the way in. This is Port Road. This will be 56th Street North, 66th Street North. There is our circulation right on top of 56th Street North. Some indication we may have a little bit of debris up there, but I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think we'll cross-check because the reflectivity is just a little bit too low there. But we have a clear circulation right here at 56th Street North and 169. That's going to be moving northeast. Here's Stone Canyon Elementary School, Patriot, Port of Catoosa, kind of downtown Owasso in the Red Bed District. Excuse me. We look a little bit further to the north, back toward those other circulations again, Harold Elementary School area, and moving up toward Collinsville. These haven't gotten super focused right now along this, but they could spin up really at a moment's notice. Michael, let's check in with you.
Yeah, just watching this as it comes across the Tulsa Metro. We did see, again, that area of rotation tighten up there on the north side of Tulsa. Did produce a confirmed tornado. We saw the debris picked up on Doppler radar. And, of course, now still watching additional circulations, as James is pointing out, as this line continues to push its way to the east. So tornado warning here. Again, now for this area of the line, basically from Collinsville back down to around Limestone, back through Owasso. And again, this is all tracking off to the north and to the east. Let's do a quick look here. We'll switch it back to velocity. And again, as we look here, as James is pointing out, we've had multiple areas here that are giving us concern as this line pushes its way to the north and to the east. So we'll zoom in a little bit closer here. That area around Owasso that has been a concern. Again, that's the original area of rotation that really has broadened out. You can see here's our red outbounds and here's our green inbounds. Look how separated they are. Now when it gets more concerning is when these start getting a lot closer together and perhaps a little bit stronger. The fact that this is now broadening out, that is a wonderful sign right there. Signs that maybe this one is finally coming to an end. So that would be great news here. But we'll still have to watch this just in case it decides to try to tighten up again. That's always a possibility. We'll pan a little bit farther here up to the north, and notice there is these areas here that we are watching as we go up here. As James was pointing out, this circulation here, it's still fairly broad. You can see we're not getting the reds right on top of the greens. We've got this area here in between, but this is oriented as such here from Collinsville, and as you go back here to the north and to the west, it is very possible that this may try to tighten up a bit. So that's why we are concerned with this area here as everything continues to track off to the north and to the east.
Michael, if you
yes.
right by Harold Elementary School, just to the west of Harold Elementary School on the south side of Collinsville, just to the northeast of German Corner. So we're looking at 131st East Avenue, or 131st Street North, and back over to north 129th. I'm still looking at pretty solid indications. We've got a big push of wind coming southeast through that area, and oftentimes, as we've seen, that will tighten up the circulation, which is now forming on the east side of Collinsville. So we're going to watch that one very closely as it moves to the northeast. It looks like it's going to be really moving in the direction of Oologah Dam, the PSO, AEP PSO plant, and the city of Oologah. It's going to pass to the north of Claremore, so no danger at all in Claremore. And while we're talking, we can give the all clear in Tulsa, Broken Arrow, Bixby, Jenks, Glenpool, Sepulpa, anywhere south of 412. You're all clear from this particular rotation, so that's good news, Michael.
Excellent news. And again, we wanted to go ahead and zoom out and show you the area. And again, this is the point that James was looking at here, where you're getting a little bit more of these inbounds, a little bit stronger. And what that can do is that can push out, and then you get a little bit more shear on the north end of that. And that's what can tighten up this area that we are concerned about here. And that's what James was pointing out, as it does track its way here, almost basically right up a 169, where you get 169 to kind of make that curve here to the north and to the east. And that would come up here over Oologah. And again, Oologah Dam right over here. So again, that's where we are concerned that this rotation may track. I'll do a quick storm track, and you're getting a little bit more of an indentation here, but we'll do a quick storm track on that just in case that would tighten up and get a little bit stronger. But we'll track this here from just to the north and to the east of Collinsville. We'll take this up into Oologah just to give you an idea of the timing of it all. And again, Oologah, this would arrive here just before 7 o'clock. So we're right now concerned about this area right here. So you may want to go ahead and take your tornado precautions as this continues to track off to the north and to the east. Again, this is the area of concern as it does track its way north and east. Basically, again, right up 169. So again, for those of you in the path of this, you just want to make sure that you are in your home, bottom floor, interior room, away from any windows. And again, the lowest floor of that of the room that you are in. That certainly would be something that you want to do what you can to take your tornado precautions as well. And I know that you have some of those tornado safety tips, Megan, up, and if you wanted to kind of go over those again, some of the other things that you can do to kind of help out as far as if a tornado is tracking to your neighborhood.
Right, Michael, and that's the big thing, is you want to make sure that you are staying weather aware. So whether that is turning your TV up while you're in your shelter, downloading the Fox23 News or weather apps. I had both of those last night when tornado warnings were coming through Tulsa. Make sure that you have ways to get information. Lower interior room. If you don't have a storm shelter, a closet, a bathroom, a hallway, anything that you have to basically keep yourself protected, as many walls as you can between yourself and the outside. Go ahead and throw on your tennis shoes, grab the helmets for the kids if you have those handy. You will want to do that as well. And like I said, turn up the TV, load up the app. You can stream that with us, and then stay in the shelter until the sirens either stop going or until James gives you that all clear. James is very good about saying that you are clear once the threat has passed. He just did that a few minutes ago. So you definitely want to make sure you have a way to hear him, whether it's through KRMG app, Fox23's app or just a radio. I'm going to step a little bit closer here because I do want to show you something else, as we still have that tornado watch in place, and this is why is for those different situations. But really all across Green Country, we have these storms moving through. We do have those tornado warnings in place through 7:30 this morning, but we also have this entire line of storms. I'm going to step back here just a little bit. You can see this entire line just making its way across Green Country, still dropping a large amount of rain, and we still are keeping a very close track on that circulation as it's making its way to the northeast. And James, I know that we're keeping a very close eye on that circulation, particularly near Collinsville as it moves off to the east-northeast. What is the latest that you're seeing?
Yeah, right now as we look at that circulation, we continue to watch very closely. I'm going to take you right back to the current picture, and we're going to zoom right up into that storm, because we did see that big push of wind that kind of swept right over Harold Elementary School from the northwest to southeast. And as I talked about while Michael was showing you, oftentimes that helps kickstart that circulation. So it looks like a Owasso Police Department reporting a brief tornado touchdown. That was a little earlier, 106th Street North and 169. Brief touchdown that has lifted in that storm. So that would be very close to that Tulsa Tech campus. And again, right where this circulation trying to organize was just a few minutes ago. So moving up north along 129th, we get to our bigger circulation. Now, unlike the one that was in North Tulsa just a few minutes ago, this one is still a little bit broader, but it is starting to come into a little bit more focus. We've got a little area of brighter reds here. That is wind coming this way. Brighter greens, this is wind coming this way. So again, as we moved out now of Tulsa, the city of Tulsa we can give the all clear right now for that. What we do know, Tulsa Public Schools has delayed all their buses until 9 o'clock, but now we've got the all clear for the city of Tulsa. We can give the all clear in Owasso too. This is now lifted to the north of Owasso, and it looks like the main danger zone now crossing out of Tulsa County into northwestern parts of Rogers County. And this is going to be moving up toward Oologah too. I'm going to zoom in as you look on the left side of your screen. That's one of our Fox23 storm trackers chasing with this storm. But you can actually see where we kind of have that hook wrapped up right in here, and that's an indication that we've still got a very dangerous circulation trying to form here just to the east of Collinsville. Looks like it's coming into focus right in here. We can pop back down, look for any kind of lofted debris, and we're not at that point yet, but this is a very clear indication that we've got a tornado trying to form pretty much right now just to the east of Collinsville. So I'm going to bounce back out to reflectivity. I'm going to take a track of this storm because it's going to be moving up very close to Oologah, and you can actually see a little bit of that swirl. So that tornado is going to be located right here, a developing tornado just to the southwest of Oologah, and as it moves to the northeast right now, that's going to be right up through central parts of Rogers County. So Oologah 703, take your tornado precautions. That means you've got less than 10 minutes before that circulation is there. Edgewater Acres, Winganon, all the way up toward Howard by 721. Important to note, this is going to pass well to the north of Rogers State University and Claremore. It's going to pass right now. It looks still well to the south of Talala, but it's going to be pretty close. Again, Talala had that damaging tornado just back a couple of weeks ago, too. So that's the latest track on this storm, and the tornado warning continues until 7 o'clock. Now, that's been extended till 7:30 for this tornado warning that does clip parts of Nowata, northwestern Mays County, and most of Rogers County, but we can give the all clear for Owasso now and Collinsville. Skiatook also in the all clear. Skiatook schools, if I remember right, already out today because of flooded roads. Come back into high resolution Doppler radar. There's that swirl as we look at reflectivity. I'm going to take a look right in here with velocity right now. And again, this is starting to come into more focus for us right in here. This is still does not appear that we're lofting any debris. In fact, what we may need to do is take this back out, and I may need to adjust that track just a little bit more to the east-northeast, which would take it In the general direction, just to the south of Oologah and a little closer to Redbud Marina or the Seguia and Sequoia High School area. But this is the spot we're watching. This one also, we're getting a little tighter with the reds and the greens. And just to the southwest of Oologah, getting a little bit of an increase in those outbound winds. So we could have a very kind of small micro scale-ish kind of swirl and eddy taking place right here on the leading edge of this. Again, blue markers are mobile home parks. You know where those are if you live in there. And right in here, to me, appears to be that main circulation. This is going to be north of Highway 20, so north of Keatonville Hill and north of Keatonville. But as this moves into central parts of Rogers County, we're going to continue to watch this closely. Again, I don't see evidence that this has a tornado down with it right now. But let me bounce out. And what we're going to do is just want to update you on what's happening in the city of Tulsa and Broken Arrow, Coweta right now. We just have strong to severe thunderstorms coming through. No evidence that we have rotation here. Notice the orientation of these showers and storms that have prompted the tornado warning. Again, in this scenario, and we've seen it a lot, these are leaning back kind of northwest to southeast. And that's what has allowed it to tap into a lot of the energy in the atmosphere. And that's why we've seen this part of the line produce potential tornadoes, and indeed has produced a confirmed tornado in North Tulsa. And this part of the line, again, not oriented southeast to northwest. This part of the line south of Inola, not a big factor, not a big worry for tornado production. Now, we still have a tornado warning in effect for parts of Cole and Hughes County to our south, not technically in our viewing area, but it's this storm that we're watching moving into Rogers County. The rotation still, at least this section of the rotation, has not tightened up appreciably yet, but it is very strong right now too. So we haven't seen it completely come together to form that tornado, but look at the reflectivity pictures here. And this is what makes me think that despite the weaker velocity, this could be producing a tornado very soon. It is really starting to wrap up right now. And you can see right in here to the east of Collinsville, this is Seguia, this is Redbud Marina right now. And if we've got a tornado down with the storm, it's going to be right here as we're watching that lowered area of CC that's developing again. Now, it looks like that's a ground target because it's not moving. So I don't think we've got lofted debris in there, but we certainly have a very strong circulation right there, Michael.
Yeah, we certainly do. And as you mentioned, we've watched and noticed that this track might be taking a slight more turn to the east as it is trying to get to, at least trying to wrap up here to the south here of Highway 169 and to the south here of Oologah. But we'll be tracking here to the east-northeast, Elba up to around Edgewater Acres. We'll do a quick storm track with this because we'll make sure you get an idea of, again, when this could approach your neighborhood. So let's go ahead and draw the storm track on here for you. And again, this is the most dangerous portion of this storm right here as it continues to move off to the north and to the east. We have not had any reports that we have a confirmed tornado, but this is by far the strongest rotation that we've got in the area. And again, Elba at around 702, Edgewater Acres at around 707. So this is going to come here. It looks like right now, at least this portion may stay just to the south of Oologah. But again, we'll have to watch this entire line as it does continue to track off to the east. And so let's go ahead and actually go back to reflectivity. I'm going to remove that track and just kind of give you an idea what's happening with this entire line, because we do have severe thunderstorm warnings for the entire line of storms. And I do want to not forget those of you that are under that severe thunderstorm warning as well. So we'll zoom out just a little bit here from where we've got that circulation and track the entire line, which you can see is now clearing Tulsa to the east. And this is good news as it does continue to work its way to the east. So downtown Tulsa, Sapulpa, Bristow, over to around Keystone, severe threat is done. So the line has now pushed to the east. So now Tulsa all clear, Sapulpa all clear, we're all clear in Bristow. But here's that line. Again, we've got the tornado warning here that's very near Oologah and tracking off to the north and east. But I'm going to track the timing of this line of storms with a potential for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And again, we can't rule out somewhere along here that we could get another spin up or so. So we'll have to watch that. But tracking this here from Inola back down to near Coweta, off to the north and east. 60-mile-per-hour winds would be the main threat. Of course, again, can't rule out a spin up somewhere along the line, but right now we're looking at mainly 60-mile-per-hour winds, maybe some small hail, but I don't think hail is going to be too much of a threat with this. And then, of course, the heavy rain not going to help the flooding concerns. But Inola basically moving in right now, prior about 7:20, Adair about 7:26, Salina about 7:37, Locust Grove about 7:39, Spavinaw at about 7:46. Of course, Chief Meteorologist James Adelot still keeping an eye on that circulation and what we've got, of course, as you're heading out and about this morning. It's been a busy morning.
It has. You're watching Fox 23 News. It is now 7:01, and the news is severe weather. We have had a confirmed tornado in North Tulsa. That was about 30 minutes ago.